Welcome to Inside the House podcast episode 4. Today we're at the Polypipe Professional Development Centre in sunny Doncaster. We met two key guys there, Adam Pearson, product manager for plastic plumbing, and Giles Coombes, product manager for underfloor heating. We dived into the products and services of Polypipe, all the way through looking at new innovative ideas and the likes of Amazon Alexa and where it's all going to go. Please give us your feedback on the podcast. This is a slightly shorter form episode than the long 1 hour ones. Hopefully this will make it easy for you to listen to in your lunch breaks, travelling on your commute to and from work. Please don't forget to follow us on social media, ITH_podcast on Instagram and Twitter. Find us on Facebook by searching Inside the House Podcast. Thanks very much and tune in for the next episode, also at Polypipe, in the next few weeks. Adam, product manager for plastic plumbing.
Yeah.
How long have you been at Polypipe?
Polypipe, 4.5 years.
4.5 years.
5 years in the summer.
Superb. Excellent. And enjoyable time, obviously. Being here, enjoy your time.
Brilliant, yeah. Great company to work for. Great people in Polypipe and some really good products as well.
Yeah, definitely. And when you were at school and you were obviously went to leave school, what was your sort of ambition in life? To be a product manager for plastic plumbing, or did you have a slightly different...
Probably not, but
that's fine.
Let's go back to school. Do we know what we're going to do? No. I don't think so. I went to college straight from school to study construction.
Yep.
Quite a general course. Dad was a civil engineer, always had an interest in the built environment and construction, and went to work for a materials manufacturer when I left college.
Yep.
From there, the idea was to stay with them for a couple of years while I did HNC and then move on.
Okay.
And, 30 years nearly late, I'm still in that manufacturing industry, so I've never really moved out of it.
No. So obviously you went in construction area and you stayed in construction
area.
So obviously a passion of yours, obviously that's good. That's superb. And here today we're at the Polypipe Professional Development Centre. It's a lovely venue here in Doncaster.
Yeah.
It's quite big actually. I was surprised how big the venue is. So there's obviously a lot of training happens here for the underfloor heating side, not necessarily your everyday
Not at the moment. I mean, it's primarily focused on underfloor heating training.
Yep.
Because that is a massive growth area for Polypipe at the moment, but we are looking to add other products, my products in here and other products, so installers can come and learn about all the features and benefits of the products.
Superb. So why is Polypipe sort of best in class in the industry?
I think it's a number of things. I think it's the products first and foremost. We've got the broadest range of drainage and plumbing products across all the categories, whether that be mine, plastic plumbing, underfloor heating, below ground drainage, above ground drainage. So we've got a great range of core products. And I think the other big thing is the people.
Yep.
We've got a great bunch of people here at Polypipe who are all passionate about the products. Yeah,
definitely. It definitely comes across with Polypipe. I've been doing Polypipe now probably 19, 20 years in total since the beginning. For me, in my career in the builders merchants industry, and for me, Polypipe's always been a stable part of that. The innovation for me has always been. I can remember most of the new fittings being launched that we use today.
Yeah.
So I remember Polyplum in front of me. There's a big sign for Polyplum. I remember that coming out when it was launched. So for me, innovation's a big part of Polypipe, but you mentioned before it's a bit slow in the industry.
I think in the construction industry, in the UK, we're quite slow to adopt new ideas and new products. For example, if you look at the continent and look at underfloor heating, it's well established throughout most of Europe. In the UK, it's been here, 30, 40 years, but it's still perceived as new. Mm-hmm. It does take quite a long time, I think, for the UK to get to tune with new products.
Yeah, do you think that's down to the consumers, or maybe it's the fact that the traditional installer is a little bit old school?
I think you're probably right when you said that the traditional installer is old school, but I think things are changing.
Yep.
We've got younger people coming through. We have a skills shortage, so there will be more emphasis on getting younger and new installers. And we're also seeing installers change from different industries. People who started out doing, working in a factory, did different jobs, retraining as plumbers. That seems to be becoming more and more popular.
Yeah, and definitely. We've seen the same. And then people have come out of all different industries, coming into, say, being a plumber, or bathroom fitters as well. We see quite a few bathroom fitters.
Yeah.
People tend to just change job from a car mechanic to a bathroom fitter.
Yeah,
and you think to yourself, maybe it's relative, but to me it's a little bit, it's a bit strange. So with the innovation of product, where does that come in for you in getting new products and launching new products, and how does that work?
We're always looking, from my point of view, my product area, we're always looking to improve the products we have continually. So we're looking at the materials that we manufacture the pipes and fittings from, the processes, any new technology. So we're always looking to improve what we have. And then on the other foot, we're always looking, to the future. Can we incorporate new materials, new technologies, new systems? So it's quite a mixed bag, but there's quite a lot going on, in the development area behind the scenes. It's just continual.
I think you're right. I think if you look at the whole innovation in smart home, maybe it's a little bit difficult to relate it to plastic pipe, but you've definitely, there's so many innovative ideas, people using new technology, whether it be a smart home piece of technology like a smart thermostat on the underfloor heating side, whether it be measuring wastewater or reusing wastewater. All these different innovations are starting to come through. So it's exciting times ahead, especially with the younger population, as you say, in plumbing. Definitely. And that'll make it a bit of a challenge for you guys to make sure you're still at the forefront of that. I think my products, in some respects, from a smart home point of view, probably don't have as big an application as some of the other products, but we are seeing inquiries around water metering, that type of stuff, so incorporating the plumbing fittings onto water metering and monitoring type applications. And also the Polypipe SureStop products, again, looking to automate that type of product. And that comes under your bag, the SureStop product as well? It's not, no, it's within the Polypipe group, but dealt with a separate part of the company. Okay, so from recycling, I was going to mention that as well. Obviously, you're innovative in the manufacturing process and the materials. Obviously, recycling is a big part in the world. Plastics in the news every day. I know it's slightly different, but plastics in the news every day. How does that hit with you with the plumbing and recycling? It is. I mean, as you say, we see it every day. We see all kinds of stuff being washed up on the beaches. And I think from a manufacturer's point of view, sometimes it's a little bit uncomfortable to see that, because from a manufacturing point of view, we try and recycle we try to minimize waste wherever possible in the first instance, of course, so we don't get the waste. Perfect. But if we do get waste, for example, on, let's say, startup of a machine where you have to put some material through that will be wasted, we look to recycle that. We look to put that into other products wherever we can. So from a Polypipe point of view, we strive to minimise waste and then strive to reuse that waste in other applications, in other products. Yeah, excellent. Okay, very good. Giles Coombes, Product Manager for Underfloor Heating. That's right. Polypipe, Here today at the Polypipe Professional Development Centre, a lovely building here, dedicated really, by the looks of it, for underfloor. That's right, that's its main purpose. So here offers training. I'll just cover a few things, but training here? So we have the BPEC course here, which is basically a course covering all the underfloor heating, so from insulation, controls, literally everything. So heating engineers and merchants come here and they learn everything about the product, then they can go out and obviously promote our brand and our product as well. And do you charge for that? We don't, no. We used to, but we don't anymore. So it's a free course. We get the guys to come up, stay over in a hotel, take them out for a meal, and then they obviously come here and 2-day course and learn everything about the product. Superb. No, that's really good. That's good. So how long have you been at Polypipe for? So I'm relatively new. I've only been here 10 months now. So definitely new. Yeah, definitely. And you said you haven't been out to Doncaster yet. So the nightlife here has got a bit of a reputation of being very exciting, I think. I believe so. Well, I'm sure you'll find out in the near future. So from when you was at school, what did you want to be? Obviously, what was your? So when I was at school, I'm a keen fisherman. So when I was at school, I always wanted to be a marine biologist. I've got a cousin over in New Zealand that's a marine biologist. So that was
that was what I wanted to do.
Yep.
However, I started playing football for the local team. Wanted to go out with the guys then. Obviously wanted money. My neighbour had a plumbing heating business. So he said, if you want an apprenticeship, the job's there for you. So I left school on the Friday and started on the Monday, and then did my level 2 and my level 3 at college. That was about 6.5 years that took me, and then just as that sort of finished, I applied for this job. So
yeah, superb.
So, yeah.
Quite a long way from a marine biologist.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, working with water is probably about the only similar thing.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. The reason I ask is that as students, kids leaving school, we find that a lot of people have got these big ideas of being a marine biologist.
Yeah.
It's great. It's nothing wrong with it, but they get disappointed that they can end up in a job being a plumber or whatever it may be. And it's actually we all have these dreams what we want to do, and sometimes we get there, sometimes we don't.
That's it.
And as it is, actually, you're probably enjoying what you're doing 100%.
Oh, definitely. No, I wouldn't change it for the world, to be quite honest.
Yeah, that's really good. And that's exciting, actually, that you've gone from such a difference. So I really like that. So the underfloor heating, from a Polypipe's perspective, what makes you the best in class?
Basically, it's down to the many years of technical experience throughout the team. That's enabled us to create such a comprehensive range that covers everything from ultra flexible underfloor heating pipe right the way through to our new controls range that has connectivity with the likes of Amazon Alexa, Google Assistant and IFTT and things like that. So there is a lot of development, and then also the customer service and the experience around all of that as well.
Yeah. So you got a team here that can do all your plans and takeoffs and drawings.
That's right.
And specification work, I'm sure, and larger projects.
That's right. So we have residential team, and then right the way through to the high rise. All the flats in London, everything like that. We cover the whole range.
No, that's really good. That's really good. And then from a point of view of sell me the dream of using the Polypipe underfloor system. But I suppose that does cover off to a certain degree the dream of using underfloor heating, because the underfloor heating itself, we discussed before, can be new in some people's mind, especially if you're building a new build or renovating a house.
That's it. I think the benefit of underfloor heating, it gives the homeowner freedom of space. At the minute you're sort of governed by where you can put your furniture and everything like that. With underfloor heating, there's a lot more free space within the property, and I think that's really what draws people towards underfloor heating, and the fact that it's more energy efficient as well.
Yeah,
and you do see the benefits of that.
Yeah, and from a point of view of a comfortable point of view.
Yeah. So there's a more of a comfortable ambient room temperature, which I think is very important. Obviously, you want to be comfortable when you're in your lounge, when you're in your kitchen, everything like that. But at the minute, with radiators, for instance, the heat's convected around the room, and it's not comfortable. If you're near the radiator, you're warm. If you're not, if you're on the other side of the room, you can definitely feel a difference. Whereas underfloor heating, it's that constant rise of that perfect temperature that you've asked for.
Yeah, I mean, I do find with radiators versus underfloor that it feels in some places when you're away from the radiator drafty, and that's my own sort of personal feeling.
Right.
If you're sat there with your bare feet or socks or whatever, you can feel the draft moving around because the air technically is moving around.
That's
right. Much more. So I think underfloor heating is much more comfortable. Market leader of underfloor heating. What do you think's really governed you guys being the market leader? You've mentioned obviously a few bits, but what's the sort of key factors of you guys being the market leader?
I think the key factors are product innovation, really. At the start, sort of 15 years ago, we were one of the first companies in the UK to market underfloor heating. Now I think it's the innovation around that. At the start, we brought to market overlay and the red tray system, which is what's behind us here.
Yep.
And we had the market to ourselves. Whereas now a number of competitors have obviously taken them products on board, adapted them slightly, and now our job's really trying to develop products to make us, best in class, and then the service around that as well.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned service a few times, and I think that's a key point, especially for the installers, if they're new to underfloor heating as well.
That's it.
But from a service point of view, what sort of service backup have the guys got? What is the...
Well, we've got obviously the AHM field support, which is our sales guys out in the field, which are incredibly knowledgeable on our product. We've then got a technical manager, covering all the technical aspects. Obviously, product manager, covering that as well. And then we've got the guys in the design office that are clued up, on all the products, some of them guys in there have been here 15, 20 years. You know, they really do know the stuff. And then we've got 2 guys on the phone support line, you know, constantly.
Yep.
You know, 5 days a week. So I think on average they do about 100 calls a day, something like 150 calls a day.
Yep.
So, you know, they really do cover all the technical questions.
Yep. And I suppose it is more technical questions opposed to like a true customer service with a problem fault, if that makes sense.
That's right.
Because most of the issues we've had with customers calling in is where they've necessarily not understood the installation correctly and they haven't been on your course, which is free, and you think to yourself, well, why are you taking it on when you haven't trained? Does that make sense?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's really good. And fashion trends, obviously, we took, you know, under 14, I think is fashionable today. If you look at a lot of new developments, a lot of new kitchens, bathrooms,
Definitely.
People might put a towel rail in to make it in the bathroom to make it look good to put the towels on, but actually they're still heated with underfloor heating.
Underfloor heating.
Yeah. So the fashion trends.
So I said the main fashion trend at the minute is going more to sort of home automation and controls.
Yep.
You know, you can see across the market there's a lot of development within the control sector, and that's something that we're focusing on as well.
Yep.
You know, at the minute there's, you know, you can have connectivity with the likes, like I said, Amazon Alexa, Google Home, Apple HomeKit, you know, everything like that. So it really does cover all them, you know, all them eventualities of what you want, that, you know, what that end user wants.
Yeah. And so with the actual connectivity, what's your sort of thought process going forward to how easy it's going to be to use? I mean, are you going to be saying, Alexa, you know, set my room temperature for my living room at 20 degrees? Is that the sort of thing?
Exactly that.
And learning your patterns as well of what you're doing?
Yeah. So, you know, loads of program settings, and then like you say, it's just a case of you could be sat down watching TV, pull your phone out, talking to your phone, and your heating turns up.
Yeah.
You know, it really is that simple.
Who do you think is going to win the Amazon, Alexa, Google, or Apple war?
I dare say Amazon. Obviously, the first one to bring to market the Amazon Alexa.
Yep.
And obviously, they've got, you know, so much investment going into that area. So yeah, I do think they'll.
You think
they'll
I think Google,
over.
but I'm sure it'll play out in time. I mean, Amazon's a huge marketplace business that's very innovative, and they definitely tie people into the thing, and they're a consumer brand themselves. I think it's really interesting. But for me, I use both. I've got both.
Right.
And the Google Home system just seems more native to you to be able to use it.
Yeah.
It just seems easier. But we was in Birmingham looking at smart home with a company called Yale and their smart home stuff, and we were talking about how it's all going to work in the future. So like they've got their security camera systems, you're going to have your thermostat, you've got your sort of geofencing from a point of view of like, you know, if you're in the house, it knows you're in the house.
Yeah.
A lot of the smoke detectors and the sensors now will know you're in the house. So it's like almost like when you leave, it'll automatically turn the heating down a few degrees to save you energy. It'll know when you come back, and it'll say, "Oh, do you know what? They're on their way back," and it'll put the thing up. But it automated, complete learning. Is that the sort of thing? Do you think?
That pretty much, you know, at the minute we do integrate Control 4 home automation, which essentially does do all of that. You know, you can control everything from your heating to your cameras, literally everything in your property. You know, your blinds, you name it.
Yep.
And that's something that, well, we definitely do see the market, you know, swinging towards that. So
yeah, good, excellent, superb. And so innovation, what's new? What's going up?
So roughly 18 months ago, we launched the auto balancing manifold.
Yep.
And that features a patented balancing valve, which effectively enables automatic flow control. So it avoids the risk of oversupplying any rooms, which obviously saving energy.
Yep.
So that's something that we have been, you know, pushing and trying to develop. You know, it's unique to the market, it's exclusive to us, and we are seeing demand for that.
Okay, that's superb. I mean, would that be better on a bigger project, on a bigger house?
Not really. No, any
Yeah.
project, to be quite honest. Okay. You know, it's saving energy, so any project at all.
Okay, perfect. That's really good. Giles, thank you very much.
No problem.
Really
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you. Hope you enjoyed that episode of Polypipe. If you'd like to give us feedback on any other subjects you'd like us to uncover for you, please feel free to email us or contact us on social media. Thank you very much.